We have MC Lyte back in the news regarding a song she dropped in 1991 about being attracted to 17-year-old boys. So, what was the song? On the cult. So basically, what was the name of MC Lyte's song? See, this song came out in 91. Oh, I was 10 years old. I wasn't listening to MC Lyte in 91. Not saying she wasn't dope or anything. I just wasn't on the Lyte then. I found Lyte out maybe a little bit later. My joint from her was kick this one here for me and my DJ. Cha 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 cha. That's it. Well, anyway, there was a song MC Lyte wrote about being attracted to a 17-year-old boy. I'm trying to find the name of the song because I just want to know the song. It's called Too Young for What. She was 21 in 1991 when she released it, and it was a song about her being attracted to a 17-year-old boy. And in the quote, it's, "I'm into little boys that are about 17. That's what she said, end quote. Or I should have ended quote before I said end quote. Now it looks like I said that shit. Pause. But anyway, people are trying to... Here's the problem I have. I have a problem with people born after 2000 trying to apply today's standards to songs that are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. I don't like it. I don't like it when people apply their current moral standards in the present day to shit that happened 40 years ago. Because, A, y'all sound like bitches being outraged over shit that's, you know, twice your age. Like, you know, I'm sure there's some people in the 2000s right now that are going to go hear Eddie Murphy's Delirious and Raw and then try to be outraged over that. And they're going to be, oh my God. Did you hear what Eddie Murphy said back in Delirious? Yes, we all heard it. And it was fucking hilarious. And we would have probably clowned you if you didn't hear it. That's just the sign of the times, okay? I don't like when people go back in time and try to be outraged over stuff. But as far as Lyte goes, she was 21. The kid was 17. How do I say this without sounding creepy? That was a normal thing. Like, well, no, it really wasn't. Let's be honest. If you were a 17-year-old boy smashing a 21-year-old chick, you were the fucking man. Let's be honest. Look, remember Omar Epps' character in Juice? Omar Epps' character was what, 17 years old, and he was smashing old girl from En Vogue, and she was supposed to be in her 20s divorcing from Frank, her old jealous ass husband, looking like that nigga from The Whispers. Was that the nigga from The Whispers? I never looked and bothered to check the credits, but that was normal, I guess. You know, I've heard so many stories of friends and dudes I knew who said they've lost their virginity to their babysitters or their mom's friends or older women in period and all that. And I'm just kind of like, damn, I never had to deal with that growing up. And I know why. It's because I was just so unfuckable as a minor. You didn't want to give me the pussy, older woman. Trust me. I couldn't grow facial hair. It was a nasty sight. You don't want to see me with facial hair. Ever since I grew a beard in college, I have never shaved everything off. I've always kept at least a mustache because I have mirrors. I don't want to see myself without facial hair. I don't want to go back to those teen years. No, 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 no. You know, another thing that really pisses me off, just about this whole thing, we're going to go back in time. There's a lot of inappropriate lyrics from the 80s, man. There were a lot of rappers talking about smashing underage girls, and I don't co-sign any of that shit, but, you know, it was in the past, and I'm not dismissing it because I understand that that's a very serious offense. But, you know, I remember being in high school. I remember being 16, 17 years old, watching girls my age at the end of school, hopping to older guys' whips. I remember my senior year when the kids that graduated from the year before and went to college, they came back for like college break. You know that first college break you get, I want to say in October or November. It's before Thanksgiving. Well, I remember there were like 5 guys who graduated who came back to the high school and were just posted up after school trying to holler at, they were 18 and 19 trying to holler at the 17, 16-year-old girls. I can't really sit here and pretend and act like they were out of line. They were 18, 19 trying to holler at 17, 18-year-old girls. They knew these girls. These girls probably weren't even looking at these guys until they came back. And some of them, I guess, lost weight in college. And, oh, such and such is cute now because he lost a little. I remember hearing that. So this whole young woman, older guy thing, young woman, older guy, young guy, older woman, it was just the 80s, I'm not defending it, because especially me, I was born in 81. I wasn't out there doing none of this shit. But I can't sit here and pretend to get outraged over shit that's damn near 40 years old. And to the people getting outraged over shit like this, I'm not saying it's cool, because I understand where you're coming from. I don't ever want to normalize and make it seem like it's cool for the stuff that happened. But also at the same time, going back 40 plus years, almost 40, just to find lyrics to offend you. Oh, y'all are going to have fun, because the 80s was just full of rappers pushing limits and boundaries and being inappropriate and improper. So you're going to have a lot of fun. Especially, even though we talked about him earlier, I think one of the funniest things I saw was the millennials trying to cancel Eminem for his lyrics in the late 90s, and that's just not happening. And another thing about these lyrics, another reason we have a problem with it, we don't want future generations telling us how to feel about our music. I don't want somebody I don't want somebody half my age telling me there's a problem with the music I grew up listening to that I enjoy. I'm very much well aware. Excuse me, hold on. As I mentioned earlier, I've listened to a lot of underground hip-hop. Trust me, there are independent rappers out here who have said some really off-the-wall shit. And, because these guys weren't big time, because their records didn't sell a lot of units, you're never going to hear any controversy surrounding them. And I've heard some wild shit. I've heard rappers rap about mutilating people, graping people, you name it. I've heard rappers bring it up. And do I believe some of those rappers did it? No, I don't believe. Yeah, there are a few. You got your big lurches out there and people like that taking dust, eating their girlfriend's organs and stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and say rappers are entirely innocent. But what I will say is a lot of rappers did that shit for shock value. Did some of them do what they said involving underage? I believe that too. I believe that. But I just don't like the outrage, the fake outrage. I don't like fake outrage from people who don't listen to our music and they're trying to figure out a way to ruin our music for the people that enjoy it. Excuse me. Obviously, if this was too problematic, the next generation wouldn't have to worry about canceling anybody. We would have canceled them already. And we've done that to a couple rappers who stepped over the line and didn't take accountability for their lyrics. But that's one issue I have. And another issue I have is, like I said, when they step out of music and come to other forms of media we had back in the 80s. I don't like people coming from Married with Children. That was one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. And I still to this day watch episodes whenever I see it on YouTube, or if I'm scrolling channels and it pops up. I'll watch Married with Children, and you see Al Bundy going on fat chicks like he's me now. And that type of stuff could never get played on TV right now. And that's kind of why I enjoy it a little more, because it's just a moment in time that we can never have again, or at least on that level. And, you know, you can't go back in time and tell people how they should feel about certain sitcoms like that, or like All in the Family and shit. You know, there was a lot of inappropriate language on that show that could never happen again. And that's the point of shows like that. They're moments in time. They kind of give you a reference of what was acceptable in pop culture during that time. You know, the stuff then you could say on TV that you could never say now. So I always tell the youth, you know, enjoy what came before you, but, you know, don't ruin it. I don't mind people bringing up MC Lyte's records and offensive lyrics that bother them. But don't you dare try to cancel MC Lyte or try to get her albums taken down, because we don't play that shit either.